That is as crooked and shady as you can possibly get. And for the WBC to do this now, when sanctioning bodies are under attack, when the sanctioning system is under attack, this is a glaring example about why maybe they shouldn't exist. Maybe they shouldn't be in boxing if you are going to reach into the pocket of a fighter like Shakur Stevenson, ask for $100,000. According to Shakur, there's been no comment on this for the WBC. I asked for one. I talked to a member of their staff, said, tell me what's going on here. And all I've seen is the Instagram post in the WBC saying they were stripping him. To reach into the pocket of a fighter for a fight that you have nothing to do with and asking for $100,000. I don't care how much money Shakur Stevenson made that night. That's his money. That belongs in his pocket. The WBC had nothing to do with it. It is disgusting. Disgusting that they stripped Shakur Stevenson of that belt. And Shakur would be right to never.
What's good, Just Do family? It's your boy KB, back to get boxing as Just Do. This your first time on the channel. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel for your boy, hit that bell icon, and let's hype the video so we can get it out to the masses, man. Let's get right into it, man. So, recently news broke, that the WBC decided to strip Shakur Stevenson of his lightweight title. And, it's been a bunch of back and forth as whether or not they should have done it. Was this justified or not? And look, man, just like Chris Mannix said in the earlier clip, this was nasty work. The timing couldn't be worse. Shakur just defended his title against Williams Zepeda, the #1 ranked guy across the sanctioning bodies. And he paid the sanctioning fees for the WBC belt from that title fight back in, what was that, July, I believe, or whatever it was. And, since then, he's went up to 140 and challenged Teofimo for his WBO title. And he got the Ring magazine as well. But the WBC decided to step in. The WBC money-making Mauricio, Weeby Crooks, as my guy Em McQueen likes to call him. They decided to step in and, tax Shakur $100,000 for a fight that they had nothing to do with. And he didn't even defend the WBC title. He came into the fight as the challenger. He moved up to Teofimo's weight class and dethroned him. He beat him pretty handily from start to finish, arguably losing one round, if that. But, this is already, a bad look, and the timing of it after you just tried to, extort Terrence Crawford for $250K after his fight with Canelo Alvarez. And he basically flipped out a double bird and told you he ain't paying. Y'all asking for more money than any other sanctioning body. And as it pertains to Shakur, seems like it's some type of carryover or layover effect from the Bud Crawford situation to this one. Shakur is working with Turkey. There's been an open back and forth between Turkey and Mauricio Suliman. They just seemingly not working together or don't like each other, not too fond of one another. But, this is nasty work by the WBC. And to strip him is one thing, right? To kind of double dip and think you deserve an extra $100,000 for a belt he didn't even defend. I happen to look on Twitter and I see, a comment made by a fan that says, I love the WBC. Thank you for stripping Shakur Stevenson. F him. And, Mauricio Suliman is seen liking the post. Nasty work. And look, I get it. Maybe he just seen the words, I love the WBC, and he decided to like the post. But, man, knowing him, he's seen that it said F Shakur. And we all seen how he treated Terrence Crawford publicly and tried to, control the narrative and sway public opinion to go against Crawford. And then he initially ended up having to dial it back and apologize publicly to him. And if you ask me, as a man, you don't apologize if you've done nothing wrong. So as it pertains to Crawford, I think they were trying to extort him for, fees based on the amount of money that they thought he got, asking for more money than the rest of the sanctioning bodies. In Shakur's case, y'all were just paid for his bout before, this fight with Williams Zepeda, right? He paid you, moved up, faced Teofimo, and now y'all think y'all deserve $100,000 for a belt that wasn't even on the line. Makes no sense at all. Nasty work. And the fact that Mauricio Suliman is seen liking a post that says F Shakur Stevenson tells us all we need to know about Mauricio and what he thinks of Shakur as a champion. You would think that he would be more business minded as it pertains to, Shakur Stevenson, being that he just competed in his first pay-per-view and it was a sold out event, over 21K, the highest attendance in MSG. You get me? You think he would be interested in trying to make a unification for Shakur, and maybe that, those sanctioning fees from that fight can be significant and probably wet the beaks of these guys that's money hungry and got their hands out looking for, big chunks of these guys' purses for no rhyme or reason as to why they're being, charged this amount of money. So, look, the WBC is bogus. Mauricio Suliman doesn't make himself look any better by liking a post that says F Shakur Stevenson. Look, I get it. He can say, oh, well, I looked at it too fast. I seen that it said I love the WBC. And he decided to, like the comment. But nonetheless, in a time like this, it's war. You didn't get that money. Same way you didn't get the money with Crawford, you went public with it and you try to out him and make him look like the bad guy, try to control the narrative. And right now, not doing the same exact thing with Shakur, but you try to extort him. He wasn't going for it. He told you guys to keep your belt. It doesn't make him. He's the newly crowned 140-pound WBO and Ring Magazine champion. So sky's the limit for Shakur. This belt doesn't make or break him. It's nasty work. They didn't even allow him an opportunity to, unify or defend this belt or give him any rhyme or reason as to why y'all was charging 100K for a fight that had nothing to do with y'all. Literally, absolutely nothing to do with y'all. And like Shakur said, they didn't like the fact that he made this fight on his own and is eating them up. And as a result, they tried to charge him 100K that I don't think they deserve. And on top of that, to put the cherry on top, Mauricio Suliman, like I said, is seen on Twitter liking a post that says F Shakur Stevenson. So it's nasty work to me. The WBC, like my guy behind the hands TV said, they're single-handedly destroying the four belt era. It's not Zuffa, it's not Turkey, and it's not Jake Paul. It's Mauricio Suliman, Mr. Money-making Mauricio. We be crooks, making and breaking rules as they go along and trying to extort fighters for large sums of money that I don't think they deserve. So that's my thoughts. Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about all this. Yeah, I think Mauricio was showing some ill intent liking that post that said F Shakur, or do you think it was just, him showing love to a guy that said they love the WBC? And as always, let me know what y'all think about this. Should they have stripped Shakur, and what do y'all think this means for the rest of 135? And as always, man, get in the comment section. Let me know if I gave boxing its just due, because that's what I do, man. Just do boxing. Till the next one, I'm out. Peace.